to understand the concept of CIA in information security. It's often referred to as the CIA Triad. So, what does CIA stand for in information security? Some prefers to call it AIC instead of CIA. Guess why? If you know, please comment below. In CIA, the C stands for confidentiality, the I stands for integrity, and the A stands for availability. But what do these terms really mean here? Let's begin with confidentiality. This means you want to keep your secret secret. If without your consent your secret has been made known to anyone, then confidentiality is said to have been breached. Information is your asset. To keep your asset safe, you need to put locks. In information security, such lock is implemented in different ways. One of them is encryption, which is a technical term for making a file unreadable using some software and keys, so that only after reversing, that is, after decryption, the file can be read. As long as the key is safe, the file's confidentiality is safe. Someone can physically steal the file, but cannot know the information inside. Another lock implementation occurs when you keep your emails confidential by setting an email account password. Your secret emails are secret as long as your password has not been compromised. If someone else has your password, your emails lost confidentiality. Failure to safeguard data confidentiality can result in organizations violating contractual and regulatory obligations related to data protection. Moreover, your competitors gain advantage because of loss of reputation of your business if such incidents happen in your organization, more the better for them. Ensuring confidentiality also protects privacy. Privacy is a term which describes the control given to the user on their personal data, like personally identifiable information, PII, or personal health information, PHI. The objective is to leave people alone with their personal things. Privacy needs confidentiality, so privacy requires security. Let's say your email password is not compromised, but you forgot it and you cannot access your emails anymore. This affects availability of the information. If you were able to retrieve the password, the loss of availability was temporary. Availability means user of the information has access to the information in the right time, at the right speed. Let's say you have a text file. If it is taking longer to open, availability has been partially affected. If a ransomware has encrypted that text file, and you cannot open it at all, availability has been fully lost. So, there is a somewhat opposing relationship between confidentiality and availability. If you want to make confidential, you lock. But more and more locks you add, your data gets harder to access. Organizations have to choose a balance between the level of confidentiality and accessibility. Marketing advertisements on social media is available for all to see, and no need to keep those confidential. But marketing data collected through survey is highly confidential and not available for everyone. The level of balance varies from data to data, from organization to organization. Marking and labeling data helps to pick the right balance, saves time and money. 3 concepts relevant to availability that you should know are: 1. Accessibility. This relates to a user's capacity and ease in utilizing a resource or accessing data as required. Number 2. Usability. This indicates a user's ability to fulfill their requirements using the accessible data. And 3. Timeliness. This denotes the expected time frame for information and resources to be available. It measures the duration between when information is anticipated and when it becomes accessible for use. I skipped integrity because availability is more closely related to confidentiality, and are easier to understand together. So, what is integrity? Integrity simply means that the information is safe from undesired modifications. You can edit your file, save, and it's good. But if someone else modifies your text file, without your permission, then your text file lost integrity. When your email is traveling through the internet, a man in the middle can change the message, if you have not encrypted your message. So, confidentiality helps integrity in this sense. If encrypted, the whole message can get stolen, as it is, but cannot be modified by the bad actor and sent back to the recipient. A quick note on a principle closely related to how confidentiality can support integrity. It's called security through obscurity, abbreviated STO. This principle says that if a bad person does not know about the existence of an information asset, they cannot damage it. Integrity can also be compromised if someone, like a computer administrator, accidentally makes a mistake. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, has included the CIA Triad in SP 833 as 3 of the 5 security objectives which helps to achieve the security goal. 2 questions. What security goals, and what are those other 2 security objectives? According to NIST 833, the goal of information technology security is to enable an organization to meet all of its mission or business objectives by implementing systems with due care consideration of IT-related risks to the organization, its partners and customers. If it sounded a bit complex, all it means is that IT security should be mindful of risks to the organization and its partners while helping them achieve their goals. The second question was, what are the other 2 after CIA? Or AIC? First of the other 2 objectives is accountability. According to NIST, accountability is the requirement that actions of an entity may be traced uniquely to that entity. Accountability is often an organizational policy requirement and directly supports non-repudiation. It's okay if you can't absorb all of it at this point. We will discuss more about when we discuss IAAA and CIANA plus PS concepts later in IAM or IDAM. The second security objective, actually technically it's the 5th and the last according to NIST 833, is assurance. This is the basis for confidence that the security measures, both technical and operational, work as intended to protect the system and the information it processes. The other 4 security objectives, integrity, availability, confidentiality, and accountability, have been adequately met by a specific implementation when, number 1. Required functionality is present and correctly implemented. Number 2. There is sufficient protection against unintentional errors, by users or software, and 3. There is sufficient resistance to intentional penetration or bypass. Assurance is essential. Without it, the other objectives are not met. However, assurance is a continuum. The amount of assurance needed varies between systems. This is verbatim from NIST 833. There are many other models beside the CIA Triad. One other model often talked about is the Parkerian Hexad, which was created by a famous security expert called Don B. Parker. The 6 variables for information security according to this model are: 1. Confidentiality. The limits on who has access to information. 2. Integrity. Whether the information is in its intended state. 3. Availability. Whether the information can be accessed in a timely manner. 4. Authenticity. The proper attribution of the person who created the information. 5. Utility. The usefulness of the information. Finally, 6. Possession or control. The physical state where the information is maintained. So, that's it for today. In my next video I will discuss about controls, IAAA, CIANA plus PS concept, and more. You can post questions in the comment section below. I'll respond in less than 24 hours. And thanks for watching.